Oh yeah, welcome back to Bumpin' Shoulders. This is episode 48. I'm Timothy Chura here with Nick Kappas and Chris Wilson. Happy birthday, Zachary Chura, our little brother. He's 11,
Shout out to you, Zach.
Killing it upstairs, doing whatever 11-year-olds do at 9:44 at night.
Sleeping.
No school tomorrow though. So.
Yeah, no school because it's a holiday of some sort. But he's enjoying it. Probably playing video games or watching dirty videos, whichever one, whichever type of kid he is behind closed doors. I don't know. But Nick, how you doing tonight?
Doing well.
You're so proud they didn't say doing good.
So many antics before this podcast started. Chris trying to eat Lysol and you had to stop him.
That's not what happened.
Ridiculous.
He went to me to record me while I eat this can of Lysol.
That's not what happened. This was
But the crazy
on
thing
video.
was, dude,
it was on video. The proof is in the pudding.
You didn't try to spray it in your mouth. You tried to bite through the can.
Yeah, you tried to shotgun the can of Lysol and those things explode.
Yeah.
Bad move.
So good thing Timothy was there to save you.
Anything.
Because
Because I was videotaping it.
I want a real heady Lysol. Like I want it to have that foam, that layer of foam. So like you get that from
What
the
the
shotgun.
fuck are you talking about?
Producer Pop.
How are you
beers
doing,
are like
Timothy?
heady
Yeah, but
when they
that's
have mad foam.
Not Lysol though.
Yeah,
Maybe when you shake it.
Beer
and, like,
isn't
when-
gas in a can.
Yeah,
Yes, there is.
I don't-
How are you doing,
Aerosols.
Timothy?
Aerosols.
I'm all right. I've been better when Chris wasn't here.
Yeah.
I was here a good chunk of the day. So.
Did you want to turn me up?
And you've
while
been
you're
having a
doing
good
that, too?
day.
I've had a good day. A little bit down though. A little bit turned down.
my
A little
God.
bit right about there.
So your day's been a little bit down, or?
My days are usually a little bit down,
Oh,
but
I'm sorry to hear that.
Until he cracks open that energy drink and then he's ready to
Third
go.
one
dude,
of the
I had to
day,
be up
right?
so early. No, it's the second one today. But then I had that 4 shot of espresso on ice, and that
Alright,
was
so, like,
money. I was hyped.
Kind of like your fifth one.
I
of
was
the day.
wired for a little bit, and then I stopped and had a mad strong headache.
The problem is
And then I
he's
drank
sitting
this and
down
we're
though,
good.
so he may have a heart attack.
Or
Yeah.
sleep. I might finally fall asleep. I had to get up early today. My job sucks. If
Yeah.
you're listening, anybody from work, it sucks.
You guys know.
All right. Before we get too far into it, we do have a short interview on Friday's podcast with Boston Scott of the New Orleans Saints. Very fun guy. Who it was about a little under 15 minutes. We kept it short, but interesting, funny guy. It was a good time.
Yeah, it was awesome interview. We're definitely going to try to have him back on. There's so many more questions we want to ask him and everything. It was a fun interview. Check it out on Friday.
Yeah, we'll have to try to find one with more time. It's hard to. You don't want to keep these guys too long because they're probably a lot more busy than we are. So we try to keep it short. Chris, don't nod because you weren't invited.
I was sitting over there when it
Yeah,
happened.
You had to take a back seat.
We said, don't you come near the goddamn table.
In fact, we had Alex sit at your microphone just so you wouldn't come over.
And he was
That's
the
not what
host.
happened.
Yeah, Alex hosted the interview.
So check it out Friday.
Yeah, definitely check it out Friday for real though. It was very, very fun. We had a good time, and again, hopefully we have him back on. Nick, moving into it, big weekend for MMA. Mark Hunt stepping back into the cage.
Well, before we get into that,
Who won that fight?
But hold on, before
You
we
can't
get
tell
into
me. I didn't even check into it.
Yeah.
after.
I have no idea either.
Before we get into
I
that,
gave no fucks about it.
but I want to
Me
bring
either.
up that the UFC the MMA community lost a great fighter today. Kid Yamamoto
Yeah, very
died of
sad.
cancer at 41 years old today.
Oh no, I feel bad for interrupting that so many times.
He fought probably his most memorable fight was when he fought Demetrius Johnson
Yeah.
in his first UFC fight. He lost the fight. It was really close though. He had a record of 18-6, and the biggest part was he really brought a focal point to MMA in Japan.
Yeah.
As these Japanese fighters, he's probably one of the most successful Japanese fighters ever.
Oh, yeah.
And at 41, he was one of the first Japanese fighters in the UFC. So, rest in peace, Kid Yamamoto, and our prayers go to his family and everything.
When did he retire?
You
Off
it
the
was
top of your head?
it
Was it a while ago?
It was like he fought DJ in 2011.
Yeah, so not long ago.
No, and he was 17-1 before coming in the UFC. He went 0-3 in the UFC, but the UFC, that 125 division, it was literally full of killers.
Yeah, and he
When it
made
first-
the name for himself in Pride, right?
Yeah.
Like
Won K1.
in K1.
He was
yeah.
a K1 champion too. So he really carried that Japanese flag in MMA and opened the door to. I mean, we have a ton of Japanese fighters and they're great
Yeah.
now. And just
Trailblazer.
Asian fighting in general,
Yeah.
before Korean Zombie, before all these guys, we had Kid Yamamoto. So
Think he's gonna be in the Hall of Fame? Can they do that at this point?
Yeah, I mean,
he
I
was
could.
like a pioneer for
I
that.
could see. Yeah, I
almost.
could see them doing it now. Like Dana White even went out of his way to.
Yeah, he made a post for him.
Yeah, and like everybody, pretty much everybody in the MMA community reached out and said something about how he changed fighting. Without him, the UFC probably wouldn't have gone to Japan as early as they did.
Yeah.
So
It's pretty crazy.
yeah.
Think of one person having that much of an impact.
In lighter news, though, Henry Cejudo reunited with his belt finally.
Yeah.
8 days ago, he was on a trip. I think it was to China, and his belt got lost in like transit on the way there.
Conveniently.
Missing for 8 days. Well, all his luggage was missing for 8
Yeah.
days.
That's gotta suck.
Got back and they found his belt, and there's a funny video of him running up, unzipping the belt, just so happy
Yeah.
to see it again.
Oh yeah.
You can see his little heart was devastated.
He took it out of a belt case too. That's
Now,
so cool that they
what's
have
funny
those.
to me,
You still haven't answered the question as to who won.
I just assumed they were gonna ship it to TJ Dillashaw.
Oh, you.
Henry's gonna win that,
Well, we'll see.
and you're
And
gonna
to
cry.
answer your question, Mark Hunt got submitted in the first round.
I assumed he lost.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Was it by Ezekiel choke?
No, it was rear naked.
Who'd he fight again?
Olenek.
Means nothing to me.
Doesn't. I mean, both these guys. Olenek, I think, was like 11. Mark Hunt was like 9.
Yeah.
So, Blausch. Well, I'm gonna murder his name. Blauschwitz.
Blakovic.
There we go. He got the submission win over Nikita Krylov.
What?
I don't know.
Krylov.
You're not even giving him anything to work with.
Krylov.
Krylov.
Krylov. That's what I said the second
No,
time.
you didn't.
Krylovov, you said.
Yeah, I don't
You
know
added
where
a
you
second
got that
O.
from.
As we said though, going into this card,
Oh man,
wasn't very exciting.
No.
It was just
were the fights good?
Because
No.
even it's not even like,
Like, it
these are
wasn't-
going to be boring fights.
it was
but
either
like,
very-
the outcomes are important. No, they weren't.
no. It was either one-sided decisions or one-sided submissions. Really,
Yeah.
I feel like I was supposed to watch them, but
it was at 2 p.m. on a Sunday.
we have a
or
hard time
Saturday.
getting me to tune in for like pay-per-view fights. So I'm not going to tune in for Mark Hunt's headliner.
Well,
No.
Shamil.
Nice.
Hold on.
I don't care where you're going with this. I'll just say it right now.
Abdurkamov looks dominant.
You're
against
kidding, right? Whatever
Andrei
you just
Arlovski.
tried to do.
You
over
read
there.
a headline and tried to copy it letter
No,
for letter.
I just looked at the UFC card. A B. Hold on.
So I just say looks
This is his
dominant.
last name. ABDURAKLIMOV.
I wasn't listening.
Me either.
And don't.
No.
And
Don't care to.
But he
either.
looked dominant over Andrei Arlovski. Won every round
you still can't
30-27.
say Arlovsky.
Then how do you know he looked dominant? They could have been close rounds. You didn't watch the
Yes,
card.
I did.
I know you did. No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
You
When?
did?
Yesterday.
No way.
Yes, I did.
On a,
Alright,
on a
proud of
Monday.
you.
On UFC Fight Pass.
Were you
That's
off
why
from
I pay
the?
for
Were
it.
you off from the posts?
Yeah.
Were
Yesterday
you?
was my day off.
Oh, I thought today was, and that's why when I tried to reach out to you to plan ahead for this interview, and you were like, "No, I'm working." I was like, "That's bullshit. I know he's off." But that makes sense.
Thiago Alves loses again.
Yeah.
This time
What
to
else is new?
Alexei. God, why are their names so Russian?
You just told me he was fighting Saturday.
No, I didn't.
You said
No,
who's
Thiago
fighting?
Santos.
Oh, okay. Same thing, kind of.
Oh, so racist.
Same
Oh my
name, you know.
God.
Yeah, we'll cover that card Friday.
Oh, will we, Captain?
Yeah. So,
Well, Chris isn't going to be here Friday, so he's going to say the names for you.
Yeah.
we'll sign them out. Google will say it for me.
We'll tiptoe through them.
Yeah. That's everything I have in the world of MMA.
Dude, what? You told me you were swamped, so I
guess
was not ready
we-
yet.
I mean, Conor McGregor released some whiskey.
Oh. Oh.
Hey, what's?
Oh my God! Wait! Whatever you had planned for the rest of the podcast, throw it out because we got to talk about this whiskey.
Didn't I get you a Conor McGregor shirt that was like his whiskey?
No, dude, it said that he was like the champion.
Yeah,
of two weight
dude. It was
classes.
just
No.
Conor McGregor on the Jack
No,
Daniels
dude.
label, dude.
It was a gold, like it had gold words,
No,
and
it
it
was-
was like a whiskey label.
It was like
It
a
was the
whiskey label,
Jack
but it
Daniels
just said that he
label.
was like champion of two
So
divisions.
whoever,
like it was
I
like
never looked at it. Whoever
I'll
had
wear it,
that,
like-
whoever had like that shirt made first was onto something.
Well, this
Yeah.
has been in
well,
production
no,
for a while.
he's been.
No, it hasn't been.
Yeah, dude.
But you got me that
for 21 years
Oh,
though,
wait.
dude.
Yeah, I did.
21 years.
Yeah, it's called like Conor McGregor 21 or something like that. 12.
Yeah, it was so different.
Oh,
Nah.
Dude,
That
you were
doesn't mean-
literally remember
that doesn't
that.
mean he's been planning it out for 12
Yeah, it does,
years.
You know
dude.
that Kanye West song when he talks about 50 Cent's fans and he goes, their favorite song's 12 questions.
Yeah.
And it's making fun of 21 questions. You literally just did that.
Yeah, happens.
Like people, and you're not dysgraphic.
Yeah, but I love 50 Cent.
Stop touching that. Stop touching the headphone thing. We're losing one ear every time you do it.
Okay, whatever.
All
All right, we'll kickstart it with the Monday night game. We'll recap it. Bears are legit.
Yeah.
Good team. Good defense.
Mitch Trubisky, when he calms
Cool
down.
it.
Well, no, hold on. I was giving him a compliment. When he calms down, he looks way better.
When he plants his feet, he looks good. And when they
But
kind of tailor the offense around him, it looks fine.
That first and second quarter, he struggled, but the second half, they kind of slowed the game down for him, and he looked way better.
Yeah, he threw 2 touchdowns, 25 for 34, 200 yards looking right now. I'm trying to find... I don't have Khalil Mack's exact stats, and I kind of want to check that out to see how he actually did.
It's Shamil Griffin a day. I think I said his name wrong.
Oh, it's Shaquille.
Shaquille.
Shamil.
Don't know where he got Shaquille
Hey,
from.
man.
Hey, have you seen how I read these names?
Yes.
You should just be happy I got the Griffin part right.
No, that should be a given in any scenario.
Oh, this whole defense went off.
Who, the Bears?
Yeah, I mean, Khalil Mack had a forced fumble, a sack, 4 tackles. Prince Amukamara had his pick 6.
What is that noise?
Oh, you know what? That's my laptop. So
Way to look around like it was somebody else's fault.
I was like, who the fuck has the nerve? Roquan Smith had 7 tackles, led the team yesterday. Good for him, for the rookie.
They had 20 points for my fantasy team.
Danny Trevathan, 2 sacks, 6 tackles, 1 forced fumble. I mean, these guys are legit. Eddie Jackson, 1 forced fumble, 1 sack. Is everyone just forcing fumbles or getting sacks on this team?
They're turnover machines.
And sack machines, they're leading the league in sacks. Khalil Mack has, I believe, more sacks than
the Raiders.
Yeah.
I think Khalil Mack has more strip sacks than the Raiders.
Yeah. The Raiders don't have any.
They don't have any, and he has
2 strip sacks.
Yeah. They don't have a recovered fumble, and he has 1 and a touchdown. They don't have a touchdown yet.
Yeah. So John Gruden, instead of talking about how
no, dude, if
you need to find a pass rush, keep the one of the best pass rushers in the NFL.
They found their pass rush.
Well, could you make the argument that he is the best right now, or at least
I would say right now.
Yeah.
Right now he's playing the best.
I always think he's better than Aaron Donald. I like
always
the edge guys.
talent, right?
I like the edge guys more than the guys who kind of come through the middle.
Yeah.
But I guess that's for another time. Moving into, we'll go to the Sunday night game. Let me pull that up because I am butchering this. That was a snooze fest. I actually fell asleep in the third quarter and had to rewatch it the next day. Cowboys Giants.
Oh, it was so boring.
Those are 2 bad football teams.
Yeah.
The Giants are a horrible football team. Offensive line's got to be the worst in the NFL.
You could see it in Eli Manning's face.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
Eli Manning was hit as soon as that ball was snapped. And yeah, you can put some of that on Eli for not being able to move in the pocket as well as he used to. But that was pathetic.
Yeah.
That was an atrocious game.
But you can't put any blame on Eli, really. He couldn't get anywhere.
No, I mean, you still can put some blame on Eli because when he did have time, he made nothing of it.
Yeah, but he also had nobody open.
And I mean, Saquon Barkley caught 14 passes for, I want to say 80 yards, and that's the least amount of yards on that many passes in NFL history, which kind of shows how that line is.
Yeah.
And, I mean, even on handoffs, he would touch the ball, and he has to break tackles 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he was literally getting hit as soon as he touched the ball.
It was terrible. OBJ was kind of quiet because there was no time for him to do anything to get open because, I mean, they had to get rid of the ball in, I would say, a second and a half after the snap every time. That was horrible.
And that's a line they supposedly worked on.
Yeah, and it actually got worse. And it wasn't even like it was just DeMarcus Lawrence coming in and
no, it was the
raising
whole
hell. It was just average guys.
I think Jason Garrett got a sack.
And then clapped because that's all he does.
With his eyeliner on.
Yeah, I was going to bring up the fact that he wears makeup, but
eyeliner.
He's always got sunglasses on.
So
maybe his eyeliner on underneath it.
I don't wear eyeliner.
That was a shitty game.
Yes, you do, dude. That's why you're. Oh, I can't let anybody see my eyeliner.
When I saw
Cam
that
Newton on Sunday.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Move on from his eyeliner. 32 for 45, 335 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Cam Newton doing Cam things,
but still losing.
Yeah, he's Superman.
The Falcons figured it out in the red zone. Matt Ryan ran for 2 touchdowns.
That was the key. Matt Ryan just has to run the ball.
Not bad. Calvin Ridley caught his first career touchdown.
Yeah, he had a good game. And he just sat on the bench in my fantasy league for some reason.
So did Sammy Watkins.
Well, because he didn't catch a single ball before, so why would you start him?
No, he ended up having a decent game, I thought.
Not week 1.
In week 1, he didn't catch a single ball.
Oh, yeah, no. But I mean, this game, he did have a decent game, and I was I saw the points, and I was like, oh,
he's also the third receiver, too.
Yeah,
but still. Second, third, depending. Yeah. Mason there with Mohamed Sanu. The Chargers, holding on for 31-20 over the Bills.
Well, dude,
Closer
hold on.
than it should. Oh, I'm gonna cough. Closer than it should have been.
But
I'm not even sick.
the Bills are so bad this year that Vontae Davis quit at halftime
Can we talk about the fact that Josh Allen's already thrown more touchdowns than Nathan Peterman, though?
in his career.
I don't know, but probably. I would have to look into that, but it might be the case.
But you know it's impressive. But that doesn't touch Nathan Peterman's impressive stat of 10 interceptions.
No. But
So-
Josh Allen, 18 for 33, and accurate. 245 yards and a touchdown.
That's so gross, dude. Do you think
But
they're
good for him. He got that touchdown.
the 2016 Browns? I said this all Sunday. Nice. The 2016 Browns could beat the Bills this year.
Yeah, on a neutral field,
Yeah,
they win that game.
dude, the Bills are so bad.
But you know who might actually be worse if you want to transition into that?
They were outscored by what, 60 this year?
I mean, no, because they're only outscored by 11 in this game.
Yeah. So, well, no, 48-3. Oh, so it's 50.
No, it's 57 or 47-3 week one. So that's a 44-point outing and then 11. So yeah, 55.
That's still terrible, dude.
Yeah, don't do that. But
You're a professional football team.
I mean, at halftime, this team was outscored. I want to say it was like 75-3.
That's
Or
gross.
75-9, it might have been.
That's so disgusting.
Yeah, it was bad. But if we want to move into that about a game I want to see, if I can find it, Cardinals Bills I want to see because the Cardinals might be worse than the Bills. Cardinals lose 34-0.
But I think the problem with that matchup is David Johnson may actually move the ball.
The Cardinals had one drive that got past the 50-yard line.
It's not bad. How many? The Bills. God damn it, Chris.
Sorry.
It's not. Just stop touching it.
He rested his hand on it. The Bills in the game against the Ravens, they had one first down. Actually, they had no first downs in the first half.
Yeah. I don't know how many first downs these guys had, but I can't imagine that many if they couldn't get past the 50 till the last drive of the game.
This may be the year of the defense, though, because the Seahawks only had 80 yards in the first three quarters against the Bears. The Rams are struggling. The Bills are struggling. And defense is like every team you can pick out like a high point in their defense pretty much, except for the Colts. But
Yeah, there's not much to take away from that Cardinals-Rams game.
no.
Cardinals suck.
And the Rams are.
That's a bad football team.
And the
Sam
Rams are
Bradford
so
can't
good.
do anything. David Johnson, they need to figure out how to use him better because he's one of the more talented running backs in football. And, I mean, he's not getting anything.
And the Rams are just dominant.
And the Rams are too good
Yeah.
until the 49ers beat them, but that's another story.
Probably not going to happen.
Vikings-Packers, we have our second tie. First time that we've had ties in week 1 and 2 since I want to say it was 1979.
What's crazy about that game, too, is like when it was the Packers, first off, can they play defense for more than 2 quarters?
Well, the Packers would have won that game if it wasn't for a bad roughing the passer call on Clay Matthews. The Packers picked the ball off that play.
But the Packers, the first 2 quarters of this game and the last 2 quarters of the Bears game, they played great defense. They were up, 20-3 at halftime in this game? And then
Well, I mean,
they ended up tying.
They definitely didn't play good defense the first 2 quarters of the Bears game.
No, I said the last 2 quarters of the Bear
yeah.
games, the first 2 quarters of this game, they played great defense.
Yeah.
And then it's just like they only can play half a game of defense. And then Clay Matthews is going to get roughing the passer.
Again, this time I don't agree with it. That was a bad call on a pass that was picked off and really would have ended the game.
But at the same time with the roughing the passer calls, like the Packers, like that fan base got so upset when Aaron Rodgers got hit.
Yeah, but did you watch the hit from Clay Matthews in this?
Yeah, I didn't think the hit wasn't that aggressive, but
it wasn't aggressive at all. His head was off to the side. He came down on his own shoulder, no body weight on Kirk Cousins, even though sometimes it's nice to see Kirk Cousins
but you
get
just
hit.
Want Kirk Cousins to get hit.
No, but
You're like, there shouldn't be
even other
penalties.
refs are coming out and saying that was a textbook sack. There was literally nothing Clay Matthews did wrong except for the one ref on the field who threw the flag.
Yeah, I mean penalties ruin games all the time though.
Yeah, and
At least
I
this
mean,
one was just
at the
a tie.
same time, the Packers shouldn't have allowed a touchdown pass to Adam Thielen.
This is going to be a huge tie though.
And
Because
that
these are two
division,
teams.
yeah.
These are two teams. First off, in the same division, and they could be 2 of the top-ranked teams in the NFC at the end of the year.
That's
Yeah,
like
that's-
stacked division because you got the Bears,
Bears
in there
there, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be a
And I mean,
tough one. And that
obviously
tie
the
could be
Lions
pivotal.
aren't
No,
gonna
the
do
Lions are
anything
so
this
bad.
year, but they could steal a game from one of the. I don't know. I feel like they could.
They
With
could
Matt
definitely steal
Stafford,
a
they
division
could.
game in there.
they could
They're not gonna go 0-6 in their division.
Exactly. I feel like they're gonna.
Besides
No.
the Browns, when's the last time
All
a
I'm
team's
saying,
gone
Nick,
0-6?
33 gets you into Cooperstown.
33 gets you into Cooper.
33%. If you bat 33%, you're in the Hall of Fame in some sports, you know?
Baseball.
Yeah. Just
Thanks,
saying.
dude.
What the fuck?
Just saying. Maybe a single win. I don't know.
They tied, and I mean,
Daniel
Daniel
carry on now because of you.
Daniel Carlson, the rookie kicker for the Vikings, I want to say missed 2 field goals on an extra point. I can check the exact numbers, but he's gone. Dan Bailey's coming to Minnesota now.
Yep.
That's better. If they had Dan Bailey last game, they win that game and are 2-0.
Didn't I say that either Friday or Wednesday about him being a free agent?
It's because other teams were offering him jobs, but he's waiting for a contender. Which
Good
I
for
can't
him.
blame him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because inevitably a good team needs a kicker.
And the Browns are going.
Yeah, the Browns. Speaking of the Browns, should have won that game
They should be 2-0.
on a number of.
Which
Yeah,
sucks.
they should have beat the Steelers in overtime.
All they needed was a kicker. Who would have thought, like, last year, if we said this year, they'd be 2-0 against the Steelers and the Saints?
Both games on the road.
All they need would
no,
be
they-
a kicker.
they
That's the
hosted
only
the
thing
Steelers.
missing.
Yeah.
They hosted the Steelers, but who would have thought they would have traveled to the Superdome and beat the Saints?
But what they wanted to do is make their record really cool when they beat the Jets this week and they go 1-1-1.
Shut up.
I think they have that game.
Oh, yeah, dude.
We'll talk
Thursday.
about that more tomorrow.
All right.
But
Jets by 41.
yeah, Zane Gonzalez, he missed a field goal that would have put this team up 19-18 at the end of the fourth.
An extra point.
Yeah, an extra point, that's what I mean. They would have put them up 19-18. So instead they were tied 18-18. Saints come out, kick a field goal, go up 21-18. Zane Gonzalez misses a 52-yarder, I think it was, to put the game into overtime again, and misses.
When the Browns were down, what was it, 12-18? Was that the score? And Tyrod dropped that, 50-yard dime. Dude, that was a beautiful pass. From people saying Tyrod Taylor can't throw the ball deep, hey, look at that play.
I mean, he struggles at times, but he can get it down there. The Saints put up 18 points in the fourth quarter to win this game 21-18. The Browns were the better team in this game.
Yeah.
The Browns were the better team last week, too. And these are two teams that are supposed to be Super Bowl contenders, and the Browns are outplaying them and losing off of...
A kicker.
Yeah.
I mean, also, don't let them put up that many points in one quarter, though, too.
Yeah, no doubt.
Your
but,
defense has to come up big there.
But at the same time, you got to look at Drew Brees.
Yeah.
You know, Drew Brees is going to do that.
exactly.
It's like the Bears losing to Aaron Rodgers. Certain quarterbacks are going to make that happen when it shouldn't. Chris, producer Pop's Dolphins kicked the shit out of your Jets.
And
Not
you said
really,
by
'cause-
41. That's
Yeah.
maybe the weirdest football game ever.
Yeah,
After watching the highlights, too, of that Jets fumble,
Yeah,
where they picked it up and fell down right outside the goal line while time expired, it's just be better.
Yeah, I mean...
Stretch for that goal line.
Well, I don't hate the fumble because it kind of gave him a chance to scoop it up and try and score again.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is...
But also, don't be in that position where you get no points there before half.
Yeah. All that did was run out the rest of the clock.
Yeah, it was pretty counterintuitive. But, I don't know.
It was such a sloppy game on both sides.
Yeah, it was just one of those games, rookie quarterback. He made some pivotal mistakes there. And I wouldn't... I mean, the Dolphins have a pretty good defense. I wouldn't look too much into that. I think it's just...
Here we go. We're going to ignore that the Jets lost.
No,
He
you
goes
can rack it up
We
to...
bounced back Thursday night.
I think
Albert
we do.
Wilson was their leading receiver with 37 yards.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's weird.
Oh, Chris, look at me.
Ryan Tannehill, 17 for 23, 168 yards, 2 touchdowns.
That's just rushing.
Sam Darnold had 25 for 41, 334 yards, 1 touchdown. I think it was, 2 picks?
Yeah.
Yikes.
Rookie mistakes.
Yep.
We said that was going to be a problem in this game, though. If you listen to Wednesday.
His inexperience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's bound to have rookie blunders at times.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the Dolphins looked good, and they somehow won this game, moving the ball significantly
Well, the problem
less.
was that the Jets turned it over in such favorable positions
Yeah.
for the Dolphins
And they
that the Dolphins
capitalized.
didn't have to move the ball much to score.
Yeah.
However, the Dolphins scored 0 points in the second half.
Not bad.
They
Score
were-
enough in the first.
The Dolphins were up 20-0 at halftime.
Yeah, that's all you have to do.
I won this game 20-12. So that's a little bit alarming that the Dolphins did, the typical Dolphin thing and stopped scoring once they had the lead.
They went, that's enough.
And producer Pops called this too, and they went into half up 20-0, and I was like, all right, I've got the Dolphins +9. I'm feeling good. They've got this covered. And he goes, don't worry, this will be a one-possession game.
Yeah.
He knows
That's
his team.
exactly what it was.
One-possession game. And you know what was a one-possession game? But, God, was it beautiful for Patrick Mahomes. Kansas City takes on
Oh,
Pittsburgh
my
in
God.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I don't even know what to say
Is
about
he God?
it. Is he the?
Did Jesus grab Patrick Mahomes by the face and kiss him right on the
He's
forehead?
got to be favorited for MVP right now, right? Like if,
Dude, he
if the
has to
season
be.
were to end,
Him or Ryan Fitzpatrick,
Yeah,
which
dude.
is so cool.
he
Ryan
threw
Fitzpatrick.
more touchdowns than his team had
Last year.
third downs.
Jesus
He threw more
That's
touchdowns than he threw in completions. 23 for 28, 326 yards, and 6 touchdowns to 5 different receivers. Patrick Mahomes broke the record for most touchdown passes through 2 games.
Do you think may have a Nick,
10.
we think we may have another Nick Foles on our
insane.
hands?
No, because I don't think Andy Reid would have walked away from Alex Smith if he wasn't going to perform at a high level. I don't think this level.
Yeah, he can't perform like this the whole
No, he's
season.
not able to keep it up, but I think Andy Reid saw something in this kid that is going to consistently be at the top of the
But
league.
could you imagine if he puts up 20 touchdowns every 4 games?
Yeah, he would have 80 touchdowns.
Oh my god.
If he leaves the season with 80 touchdowns, then no one's going to be mad that Andy Reid got rid of Alex
Yeah.
Smith. Right now,
And then they'd
No
still
one's
lose their
bothered
first
about
playoff
that.
game.
dude, I don't.
Yeah.
The defense is bad for this team, but like I don't see how anyone outscores them.
That's the problem.
Like you have to put up 60.
And like that game was a 1-possession game, but it really wasn't.
No, I mean,
Like, it wasn't
the Steelers
really
were
close.
down 21-0, and what I loved is the Steelers were down 21-0, and the Chiefs still came out just chucking the rock.
Yeah.
They
Pat
did
Mahomes-
Such an exciting team.
Pat Mahomes went, watch this.
This is the most fun team to watch. Like I would rather watch the Chiefs play right now than watch the 49ers play.
Yeah.
And I'm a
Yeah.
49ers fan. I'd rather watch Patrick Mahomes come out and play football. Like that's their defense is atrocious. It's one of the worst.
Which
kind of
makes
I
it
think.
fun because the other side of the ball, like it makes the other offense just as much fun.
Yeah, and I like a good defensive game, but it's like watching Patrick Mahomes work. It's not like he's just slinging it downfield like Brett Favre, like a lot of the early comparisons. But if you watch him, there was a I want to say it was like 3rd and 15 in this game, and he scrambled for like 9 yards, slid, and dealt with the fact that it was 4th down. He didn't try to make
Yeah.
magic happen. He didn't take hits. He didn't force anything downfield. He knows how to play smart football. He's not just this kid trying to throw a shit ton of touchdowns, walk out, which is big. I didn't think he would be making those smart decisions in the game like that, making excellent reads. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's got the best arsenal you could ask for with Sammy Watkins, Tyreek Hill, Chris Conley, Kareem Hunt, Travis Kelce. I'm probably missing people, but because there's literally so many.
Yeah.
Oh, Deontay
Yeah.
Thompson, whatever. I mean, it's ridiculous, but there's not much to say about him except for just wow. And you didn't like him.
I still don't. I don't trust him.
Dude, I don't even know how.
I don't trust. I just don't think you
He's-
can be that good.
He's still thrown 0
But
interceptions.
but he is. I mean, we've
But
seen
it's
it.
2 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, but with 0 interceptions, 10 touchdowns.
That's like
We'll see. I give him till if he's performing this well up to weeks. But I haven't. I'm not saying Ryan Fitzpatrick, Sam Darnold, or any of those guys are good until they get to like week 6, and we've seen what 6 weeks is long enough to kind of see what we're gonna get from a quarterback. I think.
yeah.
I want to check
That's
something
fair.
real quick. I want to see his.
Like once week 6 hits, I'll give you my verdict on pH.
You're
On his
gonna
pH level. I'll give you
On
his
his
pH, level.
pH level.
You're
Yeah,
gonna
I'll
make
give
him go to week 6.
He
Do
may
you
not
think
make
by
it.
week 6 you're gonna be like, nope, he's too acidic?
Yeah, dude. He
Can
could
you,
be.
can somebody pull out a calculator real
Or
quick?
he's too basic.
Why do you need a calculator?
I just want to see something.
What are we calculating?
Hang on. If this would ever load, we have terrible Wi-Fi in this house. That's a little dig at you, producer Pops.
Ooh,
Upgrade.
cold.
But
All right,
as
this is
ice.
good radio.
all right. All right. I gotta do this math in my head real quick.
Dude,
Actually,
I
no,
thought we have a calculator.
We do. Take 55.
55.
No,
Only-
I'm lying to you.
Dude, it's 52 weeks in a year.
I know.
God,
Why is he doing a year in 3 weeks?
Jesus Christ.
That's not even a football
He's a
season.
madman.
Take 38 divided by 55.
38
What the fuck are
divided
you
by
going
55
for here?
is negative 17. Oh, I did some.
I was like, wait.
It's .6909090909.
So he's completing 69% of his passes for 10 touchdowns
Nice.
and no picks.
Funny.
Nice.
Like that's ridiculous though.
I like him a lot more now.
He knows.
I just wanna
he
see
knows
if
his
you-
completion rating.
I wanted to
Yeah.
see if he was doing well.
That's the only
Last
reason he
game,
hasn't
too.
thrown more.
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah. Cut it off at 69, boys.
But while Ryan Fitzpatrick looked like magic this week,
oh, dude, he's continuing on.
Fitz
I
magic
love it.
strolling into I guess Tampa Bay still.
No, Fitzmagic plays for the Miami Dolphins.
Oh, that's true.
He
That is
trademarked
true.
it.
Minka Fitzpatrick did trademark
That's
the
fucked.
Fitzmagic. No, good
Which is
for him.
no, dude. That's so
funny.
cool.
But we have
I don't like it at all. You got to give that to
Ryan-
I love it.
Ryan Fitzpatrick
The Ryan.
is dripping in swag right now, right?
Oh,
He
dude,
is.
especially in Deshaun Jackson's jackets.
He's such a cool guy, and like it
I
makes it
just
so
love-
much cooler that all the players
I
love him
loved
too.
his press conference where he
Yeah.
comes out in Deshaun Jackson's jacket with his chest hair flowing,
Yeah.
a nice chin. And he goes, "We just have to stay humble out there."
Ryan Fitzpatrick goes
Awesome.
27 for 33, 402 yards and 4 touchdowns. First quarterback in NFL history to throw for over 400 yards and 4 touchdowns in 2 straight games.
And he's
the
leading the
commander of that
NFL in
team.
passing yards.
Yeah.
And the Bucks are 2-0 after beating the Super Bowl champions.
Bye, Jameis Winston.
I hope.
What does he have to do to get benched when Jameis comes back? How bad does he have to play against Pittsburgh?
Dude, if he
against a bad Pittsburgh secondary.
yeah, I think he puts up another 350 yards against the Steelers.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the Saints are a better team, I think, overall than the Steelers, even though they've struggled early out of the gate. And the Eagles sure as hell have a better defense.
Well,
Yeah.
do you think this is
But-
the case of Fitzpatrick playing out of his mind, or is it that they have
No,
great receivers and they're
Fitzpatrick's-
finally
They do have the
realizing
receiving
their
talent.
But the
potential?
problem
Yeah.
is, though, too, is Fitzpatrick, it's not like he's a known inaccurate quarterback. He's accurate with now amazing receivers. Mike
Yeah.
Evans, Deshaun Jackson.
That's what I'm saying.
He's hitting those
Are
guys.
we just finding out
Even
how
O.J.
good
Howard
this
is
receiving
playing out
core
of his
Exactly.
mind. This
Yeah.
game starts off, first play from scrimmage, Ryan Fitzpatrick comes out and throws a 75-yard bomb to Deshaun Jackson.
And, dude, it's
Yeah.
against Deshaun Jackson's former team.
Another 75-yard touchdown
The
down the
Super
road
Bowl
to O.J.
champs.
Howard.
Yeah, it's just like, but if you watch those passes, it's not like, not only are these receivers getting open, he's hitting them perfectly
Yeah.
in stride. Like, these receivers are getting hit and then have the open field.
Yeah, I mean, this team is playing clean.
But
Yeah.
do you think
and then
he's
because
playing
of
some
those
good
deep
football.
threats, the running game's open too.
I am still worried about their defense. Allowing 40 to the Saints kind of showed a lot. And, I mean, how long is he going to play at this level?
yeah,
But
that's
they-
That's gotta come down, right?
Because he's always like
Well,
he's
but
been
my
notorious
thing
for
is,
starting
we
like
sat,
this.
but we sat last year and watched the Vikings play, and every week we went, Case Keenum's going to be Case Keenum eventually, right?
But my
and then
thing-
he never was until that championship game against the Eagles. Is Ryan
Yeah.
Fitzpatrick going to do this for fucking 16 weeks?
But my thing too is like his numbers. Yeah, they're not his numbers, but they're not like Patrick Mahomes' numbers where he's throwing 6 touchdowns in a game.
I mean, they're not far off from Patrick Mahomes' numbers.
But he's
he threw
hitting-
6
Yeah,
incompletions.
He's hitting wide open receivers, and if his receivers are getting open, he's going to hit. He's not the type
But
of guy
he's
that's
not making any mistakes.
he's not the type of
6
guy to
incompletions.
overthrow receivers or throw the ball on the ground. He's an extremely smart quarterback. We
Yeah,
saw that in
he's
Buffalo.
Yeah, I
and-
mean he went to Harvard. Like the guy's.
But I'm
brilliant.
talking
He's
about
got
just his
IQ.
football
Yeah,
IQ.
Exactly, but he's been around the game for how long now?
Yeah.
Like
I think he's a safe quarterback, but with his receivers, being safe is throwing the ball downfield to him.
yeah, but when Jameis comes back,
So how
what
are
do
you trusting Ryan Fitzpatrick
'Cause I've
so
seen
much,
him-
but not
Because I've
Patrick
seen him
Mahomes?
play.
You've
and
seen him do this before?
not this, but I've seen him put up like
He's also looked really bad before.
he's never really
Where
looked
Patrick Mahomes,
garbage.
you've never seen look bad. Patrick Mahomes hasn't made a single questionable throw this entire 2 game
but
stretch.
I think he's playing a lot like Deshaun Watson did.
Patrick Mahomes, not at all.
He's playing better than Deshaun Watson,
He's
but
not.
I don't think
He's not rolling out and making crazy plays with his legs and bombing it. He's hitting open receivers that are getting open on his first
But
read.
my thing is like
He's hitting the primary guys each
he's
play.
gonna play more like that first game where he was hitting Tyreek Hill and stuff like that, and teams are gonna figure that out. He's not. I think the Steelers are that bad this year.
Figure what out though? If you go back and watch both of those games and actually watch how the offenses run, it's 2 entirely different offenses. Both games.
But
The first game they run a lot of reverses and a lot of little screen dumps to Deontay Thompson. I can't remember if it's Thomas or Thompson and Tyreek. And then the next week they come out and they're hitting like slant routes and deep posts to Tyreek and Travis.
my
Travis
thing is like
Kelce.
with Ryan Fitzpatrick is I've seen him take bad Bills teams and they've gone 7-9, and they've gone 6-10, and I think his numbers are going to come down. But I don't think he's a terrible quarterback. I think he could very easily be a top 15 quarterback in the NFL. I think he was never really given a fair chance after Buffalo.
I mean, yeah, I can agree with that, but I don't see how you can trust that, but not
Because I've seen
a guy
him play
who's
more
coming
than
out
2
and-
games
and
in total.
throwing.
So do you see? I mean, you guys both made it pretty clear that if he keeps playing this way, there's no reason to take him out, right?
No, you.
Yeah, you
and
have to
and
go
it's
with
to
the
the point
hot
now
hand.
where his receivers are telling, like Deshaun Jackson said, you can't pull him.
Unless
Yeah.
he comes out and absolutely shits the bed.
Yeah, if he throws 4 picks against the Steelers and
and
just
like 1 touchdown,
Yeah.
then maybe. But even at that, like I think you
Yeah,
kind of have to
but-
give him the benefit of the doubt.
That's the
Yeah.
thing. It's like
and the thing is too, not only his yards and everything, if he's winning, if he's
And
getting
it
the
looks
job
like
done,
he's got way more.
you can't pull the guy who's winning.
And it just
No.
looks like he has more of a command over that team
Yeah.
than Jameis did. Like
Yeah.
he's way more like relatable to the guys. He knows how to command a locker room. Like that's what everyone says about this guy. Anyone who's ever played with him just
Even
talks
in
about
Buffalo, they said he was a great leader.
New York too.
Yeah.
Like he came into a terrible franchise and just like made him on the verge of making the playoffs.
Yeah.
Besides that one loss to Buffalo. So I mean, like,
Yeah, I mean he's playing incredibly well. I'm not saying I expect him to fall off. I don't expect Pat Mahomes to fall off either.
I
don't
think
think Andy Reid would have let Alex Smith walk if he didn't think this guy would be a superstar.
Yeah, for me, Pat Mahomes only has 2 games. Ryan Fitzpatrick, like you said, with the Jets too, he took a team that was terrible, almost brought him to the playoffs. For him, he's going to drop down, but I think his drop off is that bar. We know where his drop off is, and it's not like below average. He can play well above average.
Yeah, but I also don't like. I just trust Andy Reid because he's one of the smartest coaches in the league. I don't think he would have let Alex Smith walk if he thought this kid's floor was any lower than a guy like Ryan Fitzpatrick.
I
don't think he would have let Smith walk unless he knew this guy was going to be something legit.
But I just haven't seen it. I've only seen 2 games.
And
Like I said, by week 6, we'll see how good he is. If he's week 6 and he has 2 picks, 18 touchdowns, even 18, 20 touchdowns, like, yeah, he's the real deal.
well, yeah, dude, 20 touchdowns in 6 weeks would be unheard of.
I know,
Yeah.
but that's the number. Like, he's on pace to put well over that
No,
right
he's
now.
not going to keep those up. But I mean, I think he could finish this year one of the top
But I mean,
5
even if-
quarterbacks.
but what I'm saying right now is if he's throwing 2 touchdowns a game, he's up at 18 by then. 4 more games. He's at 18 touchdowns if he's just throwing
Yeah.
2 touchdowns a game now. But
And-
if all of a sudden he throws if he has a game where he's throwing like 3 or 4 picks and he does that twice, or he's just missing open receivers all of a sudden, it's just we have to wait and see.
And a team that somehow got it done, my Tennessee Titans over the Texans, 20-17.
nail biter.
The leading passer in this game was actually, God, why can't I remember his name?
It was the punter, wasn't it?
The fullback.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No,
They
it
did that
wasn't.
direct
it was,
snap.
It wasn't. It was the corner. I can't remember which corner it was.
Oh, wasn't it the safety? It was Byard.
Oh yeah, it was Kevin Byard.
That's right, because they did
Kevin
the direct
Byard,
snap
1
to him,
for
right?
1,
Yeah.
66 yards, 1 touchdown. And the leading receiver, Dane Cruikshank, 1 reception, 66 yards, 1 touchdown.
Man, and it was a great play at that, huh?
Name a more exciting
Yeah.
game.
Blaine Gabbert was 13 for 20, 117 yards and a touchdown. Deshaun Watson, I mean, he played better ball, 22 for 32, 310 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick. The end of that,
Oh boy.
Oh, did they got a fly in his
I'm
mouth?
sure. The end of that game, Deshaun Watson literally lost for them.
Yeah, he hasn't looked good these last 2 games.
No.
The
Ever
clock
since
was
he came
running
back.
down, and Deshaun Watson scrambles out, and they're in field goal range, down by 3. I mean, they're getting into field goal range. I think they're around their 50. Scrambles out, and I think there's 17 seconds left, and lets literally almost the entire clock run off. They don't have timeouts, and then finally picks a wide open receiver in the middle of the field. The receiver gets tackled. Game ends.
Not bad.
He could have. I mean, there was a lot of things he could have done differently that he didn't do. I don't know how the Titans did it. They didn't have Marcus Mariota for this game. They don't have their tight end. Their 3 tackles are out. I think one of their pass rushers is still out right now. They're banged up. And to pull out a division win like this could be big for them down the road if they can get healthy and actually compete in this division. If they don't get healthy, then I'm going to look dumb for thinking they would do well. Nick, your Colts pulled it off, 21-9.
I don't think that's pulling it off. That's kind of a dominant win for him.
Their defense actually looked good.
Their linebackers looked great that game.
Alex Smith was 33 for 46, 292 yards, 0 touchdowns.
Yeah, the Colts got it done in the red zone.
Andrew Luck, 21 for 31, 179, 2 touchdowns, and I think 2 picks, right?
I don't know.
For some reason, it doesn't show the picks on here, but I believe he threw 2 picks that game. I didn't get a chance to go back and watch that because I ended up going to watch Boston's film for this interview to get ready for that. So I'll watch that tonight and I'll have more input on it. But from what I'm hearing, he looked good. That defense looked good. They got the ball moving. I don't have much of a takeaway except for the fact that the Redskins are a hard team to get a read on now.
Yeah. I mean, you said that as soon as Darius Geis went down, you said they were going to be, you didn't know what they were going to do anymore.
Yeah, they're going to be
Yeah.
one of those middle-of-the-pack teams. they looked incredibly dominant against the Cardinals, but now it's looking like the Cardinals are just a shitty football team.
Yeah.
But then with the way
They're the
that
Bills of the
division
NFC.
stands right now, like, still, do we really know who's gonna
Especially the
come out on
NFC.
top? Like,
The NFC East.
West?
No.
NFC East.
It's
I'm talking about
Oh,
the
you're talking about
Redskins.
the Redskins.
It's gonna be
Yeah,
the Eagles.
who's gonna win that?
Yeah,
It's gotta
because
be
it's
the
really
Eagles.
But like you don't know.
You-
the
yeah, you have to go
Cowboys
with
could
the-
come out and somehow pull off 9 wins and take the division. I don't think the Eagles could win. I don't see them as a double-digit team,
I don't know. The Eagles got to win this week
even with
with
Wentz
Carson
back.
Wentz returning against the Colts D.
Yeah, but he's back early, and they're like a banged-up team. And Mike Wallace is out for the year. Matt Collins is still on injury reserve with a groin injury. They still don't have Alshon Jeffrey. I don't think Jay Ajayi's coming off of an injury.
and everyone's acting like Carson Wentz is gonna come back, and that's just automatically gonna make all their problems go
Yeah.
away.
Well, I
But-
think the Cowboys, they could easily take this division if they get that run game going.
Yeah,
If
Yeah, I mean Zeke's a freak.
if the Giants get 5 linemen who learn how to block, they're a good team.
yeah. But with the way this division notoriously plays each other and steals
Yeah,
wins, it's gonna be
exactly.
so tough to beat.
Oh yeah, because every
This could
team's
be a
like 1
9
and
yeah, this could be like a 9-7 team that takes the division with just more division wins.
hey,
Yeah.
and one of these teams could tie in a
Which-
division game.
Yeah.
The Redskins and Eagles could tie.
Oh yeah.
I wish they played week 3 so we had ties 1, 2, and 3. Moving forward, Jimmy G does it again, back in the win column at old Levi Stadium. 30-27, 49ers
Dude,
fell the Lions.
That was shaky.
It
That was a
shaky.
shaky
Yeah.
game.
And they would have lost that game if there wasn't a holding call on George Kittle on the opposite side of the field of where Jimmy G threw a pick 6.
Yeah, that was a shaky game.
So that bailed them out. 49ers should have won that game much more than they did, but their secondary was literally I don't even have a word.
The only thing for
It
the
was just
49ers
terrible.
to take on their defense is DeForest Buckner is too good.
DeForest Buckner is a monster.
Yeah, he's too good. He's so big, so strong, and just gets through any offensive lineman.
And I'm kind of excited to see this defense play the Chiefs this week. I'm looking forward to that game. But their secondary, I don't think can keep up. Patrick
Yeah.
Mahomes is going to tear them apart. So if DeForest Buckner can't get pressure, that game could get out of hand
Yeah.
quick.
Well,
But-
have we really seen... Pat Mahomes hasn't really played a pass rush defense yet, has he?
Yeah, the Steelers have a great pass rush.
Do they?
Yeah, I mean, they got guys like Bud Dupree really are coming up. TJ Watt's still there. They've got some other talented guys. Matt Breida went off in this game. He had 11 carries, 138 yards, a touchdown. Alfred Morris looked okay with 48 yards on 14 carries. Jimmy G was 18 for 26, 206 yards, 2 touchdowns. I think he threw a pick.
What
or two
scared
as
me
well.
about that game is
no
that
picks this game. Thanks, Jim.
the Lions against the Jets didn't look that good. They didn't look really that good against the 49ers. The 49ers were just making mistakes, really.
Yeah, the
Keeping them in the
49ers
game,
were
yeah.
beating themselves to
Yeah.
keep this up.
So it's just like the 49ers need to figure that out. It's just like they beat themselves against the Vikings, really.
Yeah, because they had opportunities to win that game.
So it's just they need to like that pick 6 he threw was a terrible pass.
Yeah, I'm
luckily
glad it got
there's the
called
whole
back.
but like it's just these guys need to figure it out or they're gonna beat themselves too much, and it's gonna be annoying, especially as a 49ers fan for you to be like, oh, we didn't make the playoffs because we couldn't get out of our own way.
Yeah, that's how the Chargers feel
They're
every
probably
year.
gonna have to steal a wild card spot with the Rams in that division. So
But
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying is
If
like
they are getting into
if they
the
keep making
playoffs.
that mistakes, they may not make the playoffs.
But
Yeah.
at this rate, it's like we could see 3 NFC North teams in the playoffs. I know
Well,
it's
if you
too
guys-
early to say that.
if the 49ers figure out this whole mistake thing, dude, they will be really they could be an 11-5 team.
Yeah, they could play.
They could beat the Rams once if they stop making mistakes.
exactly.
That offense could go off. I want to see more out of the secondary. Kella Witherspoon is getting beat up a lot and getting some bad.
We need to see a little bit more out of what is the left side of that line, the opposite side of Joe Staley,
The right side.
the right side.
Mike
yeah.
McGlinchey, they used an early pick on him, and he's not really looking crazy good right now. But, I mean, he's young. He's got to work on it. It's part of it. It's a
The whole
growing
team's
process
making
right now.
the whole team. It's
a
not just
young
him.
team.
Yeah.
They got a lot to work on. Kendrick Bourne caught his first touchdown pass of his career. That was exciting. And unrelated, my Jimmy G bobblehead comes in soon.
Nice.
What?
Yeah.
That's not going on the table.
I might,
No.
maybe for the football
He's gonna put it
podcast.
right there.
Then I'm
dude.
putting a Sam Darnold one on the table.
No,
No.
Sam Darnold is not Jimmy G.
If you put a Sam Darnold one on the table, I'm putting it in my butt.
And I'm going to spray Lysol in your mouth.
Why do you want Sam Darnold in your butt so bad?
Why not?
All right.
The Broncos
that-
moved to 2-0, and Juicy John Gruden moves down to 0-2.
Blowing it, huh?
And right now, I'm feeling pretty good about that
Yeah.
Broncos ticket for
I
them
had
making the
that-
playoffs at plus 300.
Didn't you take the Raiders making the playoffs?
No,
No.
Absolutely not. As
I
soon
thought
as
you
John,
needed them to win that game or something like that.
No, I needed the Broncos to win. I want the
Oh.
Broncos to make the playoffs. I like the Broncos. I don't like John Gruden. I would never bet.
Case Keenum came back in that one.
Case Keenum on paper is not playing well,
Weren't they
but he's
down
just
big in
somehow
the-
doing it. They were down
Yeah.
this entire game.
Yeah.
Their only lead was as time expired.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
they were
crazy.
down 19-10 coming
Yeah.
into the fourth quarter. They were down
19-3 for a while, right?
12-0 at half.
But that Raiders defense is just they're so bad.
As John
Oh,
Gruden
yeah.
said, they need to figure out a pass rush, right?
They need
but-
to figure out more than that.
They need
They
to figure out everything.
they had it figured out.
I mean, Case Keenum, 19 for 35, 222 yards, no touchdowns, and a pick.
It's
But
just-
somehow leads them to a comeback
Yeah.
and gets it done, so
Case
nobody
Keenum-
cares, right?
Case being Case.
dude,
Nobody
Case
cares
Keenum-
what he does as long
Yeah.
as they're winning
Oh, yeah,
games, and they're
dude.
somehow pulling games out of their
They
ass.
call him
And
Don't Care Case.
I'm all for it if they're pulling games out like this because
Yeah.
it's fun.
the people
Oh,
go
yeah.
to Case Keenum, like the statisticians and stuff. They're like, "Oh, dude, you have 0 touchdowns this year." And he
Yeah.
goes 10-6.
Yeah.
And like Derek Carr, you can't really ask for more out of 29 for 32, 288 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks.
Yeah,
He can't do much more
Yeah.
than he did.
especially against a struggling offensive line, against
Yeah.
the Broncos.
Well, yeah, the Broncos have a solid defense
Yeah.
on all fronts, and I mean Von Miller is always a freak. I think Bradley Chubb might have had a sack this game too. Actually, I know Von Miller did. Let's see, where's Bradley Chubb at on here? I can't even find him. I gotta start doing my research ahead of time for you guys. Bradley Chubb did not have a sack. I lied, but Von Miller did. That's all that matters, right?
Sure.
Yep.
But they get it done. Broncos advance to 2-0, and they're tied with the Chiefs in that division. Raiders fall to 0-2. Chargers are 1-1, so I guess the Raiders at the bottom of that division, like everyone kind of expected.
The
off the bat.
Raiders play the Bills this year, right?
I don't know.
So they'll have at least one win.
Maybe.
Maybe.
John
Dude,
Gruden will find a way to lose that too.
The Bills may squeak that one out,
Yeah.
6-3.
The Jags get it done. They finally get the revenge for their AFC Championship loss that they shouldn't have lost because there were some bullshit calls in that game.
Dude, they really.
Great game
They-
played all around.
Blake Bortles
Banked
played
Tom
out
Brady.
of his mind.
It was.
Yeah.
That defense played well. I mean, this was a fun game to watch, and
They were up
It looked
21-3 at half, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it
then they
looked like
just kinda
Tom
took the
Brady was going to
foot
do
off
his
the
Tom
pedal a
Brady
little bit.
things and come back in this.
Yeah.
But D.D. Westbrook and Blake Bortles connected on a, I want to say, 52-yard pass and put this
Yeah.
game on ice. Blake Bortles, 29 for 45, 377 yards, 4 touchdowns, and a pick.
Playoff Blake, baby.
Outplayed Tom Brady.
Yeah.
T.J. Yeldon, 10 carries, 58 yards. Corey Grant got involved a lot in this game. He only had 4 carries for 13 yards, but he had 6 receptions for 56 yards and looked great. Keelan Cole is a freak.
Yeah, dude, that one-handed catch. Snagged
7
that one.
receptions, 116 yards, and a touchdown. And the one-handed catch on the sideline is almost better than that infamous OBJ catch.
It may be play of the year.
It was
Good
incredible.
luck beating it. The only play that could beat that is A.J. Green doing a front flip into the end zone again.
Yeah.
I mean, Keelan Cole is he's an undrafted rookie last year, and he's
Yeah.
making headlines this year. He's the number 1 guy in Jacksonville.
Now, like you
a
said,
nice
though,
little fantasy
I guess
pickup.
we'll bring it up tomorrow about Leonard Fournette being back. You want to save that for tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll get more into that tomorrow. Tune in tomorrow for all our game picks and breakdowns of, I guess, in more depth. And the only game we have left to cover, actually, is the Joe Flacco playing like Joe Flacco game.
Oh, great. We're done covering games.
The Ravens traveled to Cincinnati and lose
covered that Friday.
23-34, did we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. We're out of here.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. And no, all right, Nick, you know what time it is?
Yep. Chris, rap over it.
Next word of the day. No. Rapping Chris is done for this evening. So
He's retired.
just for this evening.
Maybe we can get him back on Fridays. We'll see what we can do.
Maybe in a couple Fridays.
We'll
from
see
now,
if we have
'cause,
the. We'll see if we have
or-
the
oh,
bank.
yeah,
Because
got me
Chris
in.
can't come for the next
But we have to
3
see-
Fridays.
We have to
Yep.
see if we have the bankroll for rapper Chris
Yeah.
All right, Nick.
for a little
Guess what
Lysol.
kind of word it is?
It's an adjective.
No.
It's a noun.
Yep.
It's what you do.
It's been a noun way too many times.
Yeah.
But it's all right because I don't know if you'll get this one. The definition: a person who is abnormally anxious about their health.
I know what this is.
Oh, then why don't you say your part?
Nick, your word is.
Hypochondriac.
Nope.
Nick, your word is.
Hypochondriac.
Nick, your word is.
Hypochondriac.
HYPO. It's a hypo. I didn't know if it was hypo or hyper.
Oh my god.
C
Yeah.
H
Yeah.
hypochondriac. O
Yeah.
N
Yeah.
hypochondri. R.
No, I was proud of you. You were sounding it
I
out.
thought you were gonna
finally.
bust it out in one.
I would have actually been ready.
Hypochondriac. HYPOCH. Hypochon. Fuck. I can't remember if it's ON or NO. Hypo.
Right back to his old way.
CHON. Chondriac. It's not gonna be CH there. No. What did I say last time? R. I said NR. Yeah.
Yeah.
So NI.
What? Just sounded out like you were.
You
HYPOCH.
You've really got the most confusing part done.
Hypochondri.
What makes the dre sound?
D.
Yeah.
So CHOND. R.
Yeah.
R. I.
Yeah.
A.
Yeah.
There's more?
Yeah.
Hypochondriac. CT.
Oh, you added something.
HYPOCHONDRIAC.
I did better than everybody else assumed, though, right?
Yeah. I thought you were gonna get it on the first try. Cause you always struggle at the parts that you shouldn't struggle on.
Not bad.
No, it was.
it was pretty bad, yeah. You should be able to sound out the driac part.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, guys.
That's all we had for that. We had trivia on here. We haven't changed it since Friday. We're not doing trivia today.
You said you set it up.
What? Oh, well, I didn't.
There's a mouse on a motorcycle on
I
here.
set it up. But what we do have left.
Introducing for the first time ever.
Next news. Featuring Nick.
Spot on every time. All right, getting in right into the news. Breaking news today. Stormy Daniels said Trump's penis looks like Toad from the Mario games.
That's awesome.
Dude, I believe it.
Yeah.
It's probably so spotty with liver spots, too.
Oh God.
Oh, you're thinking
And
the
it
Because
wears-
sauce
all he
from it,
drinks
too?
is
And it-
Coca-Cola, from what I hear. So like,
And it wears a mad
Yeah.
little, like,
But-
genie jacket like Toad does.
But it's a lot
Oh,
funnier. Hold on. It's a lot
God.
funnier when you look at a picture of Toad,
there's a
too.
I
picture
thought
of
you had
his
a picture of
penis.
his
Oh,
dick, yeah.
No, hold on.
I was ready.
yeah.
You're like, fuck yeah. But, like, look at Toad and Trump together. That's his dick, dude, for sure.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
And it's got that genie jacket and a diaper on.
Oh
At all times.
dear Lord.
Dude, he probably... Does Trump wear diapers, do you think?
Maybe.
Do you think he pisses him? Do you think he dribbles a little bit?
Maybe.
I hope so.
I thought that was important news for us to bring up.
Yeah.
It is.
Last
Stormy
night,
Daniels is out here making waves all the time.
last
Yeah,
night
she
was
is keeping herself relevant.
last night was the Emmys, boys, and the
Oh my
marvelous
God.
Miss Maisel took home 5 Emmys.
Oh, what's that, dude?
Yeah, we.
I don't know.
what
It's a
that
show
is.
Mom's watching, actually.
No,
Oh.
she's watching Downtown Abbey, dude.
I don't think so. I think
Yeah.
she's watching this show because the girl that won the Emmy is in that show. that
Pam
she's
told me,
watching.
actually, for those of you out here who are looking for a show to watch, don't watch Downtown Abbey. Pam told me she was going to watch it, and then she said everybody's raving about it, and I came upstairs like 20 minutes later, and I went, is this Downtown Abbey? And she went, no, that show sucked.
And Mom loves every TV show.
Yeah, so Downtown Abbey, bad show. Skip
All
it.
right. And Chris, can you give us like a little breaking news noise?
Dude, isn't that what the
Yeah.
the
No,
intro
kinda what
is?
the-
I want
up.
no.
Pew!
Thank you.
Breaking news.
Boy-
Featuring Nick.
Boys, we've got a new serial killer in town.
And not our
Oh,
town, right?
Shit.
No,
Our town's a little bit too close.
he's,
He's where? What town first?
Yeah. Wait.
in New Mexico.
Not my problem, right?
Oh yeah. Whatever.
Juan David Ortiz, a border patrol officer,
Is the killer?
Oh, I saw.
was
something about
arrested for the murder of 4 women.
Oh, so he's not like loose, dude.
He's his praise. Well, he preyed on sex workers, and he would.
Who'd he pray to?
Well,
that.
dude,
The sex workers.
I said he preyed on sex workers.
Yeah, he, like kneeled on them.
No, dude, they were his. No, stop. This is serious. He killed 4 women, dude.
Yeah.
And-
Apples to oranges, right?
What?
No, he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
He did bad things. It was very sad for the families of those I'm not going to say prostitutes because I don't know what they were. They're sex workers. What kind of sex worker are we talking?
Dude, what do you mean?
Like-
What kind of sex worker do you want?
Like, is it like a porn star, a stripper,
No,
escort?
prostitutes.
What were you going to say? Because it sounded like you were going to say something much more aggressive than prostitute.
Oh,
It sounded like you were going to say something that would stretch the limits of our
Yeah.
Facebook Live.
yeah.
Nah,
Hey, how does the the explicit thing work on there?
I don't know. But yeah,
It doesn't.
so new serial killer arrested. Thought that
There
was
we
pretty
go. Well,
important.
It's not
Okay,
on the
great.
loose. At least
I
it's
hate
not
the
here,
way you
too.
wrap things up.
Well, no, I'm not
Yeah.
done.
Oh, okay.
What the fuck do you mean? What else is there to that story? He's
Oh
done.
no, that story's done.
He's
yeah,
done.
yeah,
to
yeah.
it.
I hate the
he's
way you
done.
wrap up the individual
He's in the
stories.
he's
The
in the
only thing
can.
he's-
He's done. To
The
it.
only thing
booked.
he's killing now is
Flies
never
in
mind.
his jail cell.
I was just
So
saying
what?
guys assholes.
Well, maybe not.
Oh
though.
yeah, maybe relax with that kind of talk.
Yeah, but maybe he's not. You know, he could be on.
He could be getting his
he
asshole
could,
killed.
He could be on the back end, I guess.
He could be getting the hole.
Do you think?
Oh God, does it make that sound?
I don't know.
I've
Ask Sam
never,
Darnold.
I've never been in prison to find out. Oh, I'm exposing
Oh.
this whole side of the can.
Maybe
We're
the
not
bobblehead.
sponsored.
Yeah, maybe.
Dude, you don't have the bobblehead.
And
No, I don't.
you
Not
boys
yet.
want to take a little trip to Australia?
Not especially.
No,
Go
There's
get
a lot of
some-
things
I don't
that
know where
kill
you're
you.
going. With
Get some
this.
fresh strawberries there?
A lot of things
Oh,
that
let
kill
me
you.
guess. Contaminated strawberries in Australia.
Well, people are finding needles in them.
Oh,
Why?
that's a lot worse. Why?
I don't know.
What assholes?
People are finding sewing needles in their strawberries in Australia,
Like, wait, in wild strawberries or in the store ones?
like in the store ones.
Because how crazy would it be if they were just going to
They
wild
just threw them
strawberry
there.
Yeah.
bushes or whatever they are and just
And
putting them in
bush-
there
bushels.
People went to like every bush of strawberries
and put
just-
one needle
yeah.
in one strawberry.
No, dude, they're just growing like that.
No, they're not.
Yeah, dude, they're growing sewing needles. You didn't know where sewing needles came from?
Stop
Stop
touching
hitting that.
Okay. It hasn't happened
Get
in
the
a while,
Lysol.
so relax.
Open your mouth.
As soon as this camera goes off, you're drinking Lysol.
No, I'm not drinking Lysol. I'm Lil
I
Lysol.
hate bringing Nick's news up because you guys are like wrapped up with the podcast by the time it comes around.
No, we're not.
So
Just
you guys-
come with
you
that
guys don't
information.
care
Yeah, I'm
about
a little
it.
bit wrapped up
Yeah.
by the time you get there. What about Jeezy and Halsey? They're back at it.
Dude, they've been back at it for
Yeah, but we
like,
wanna hear about
official.
it.
They're like official.
They are now.
Okay, no one gives a fuck except for Chris. The only thing Chris cares about is G-Eazy news and MGK news.
Jeezy's new hair. I'm not. I was against it, but I'm not minding it anymore.
I
But
don't
what
know.
else do you have ready?
That's it. I mean, I guess we could bring up MGK flipping off the camera and it was all staged.
Oh,
Yeah.
here we go. Exciting. Nick.
And
Yeah, just more rap stuff. Do we need to keep talking about white rappers just
Oh, you got to bring race into it.
beefing
dude.
with each other still?
why do you have to be so racist?
Why do you have to move so far away from the microphone sometimes?
I was itching my arm and I kind of like
You have
didn't
move
want
your
to
head
hit the mic to do
Your
so.
beak was in the way.
Yeah.
Couldn't get your hand over
He
there.
didn't want to put it through the pop filter.
Well, I'm entering the rap game myself, guys. I don't know
Are
if
you?
knew
You're
this.
not.
Yeah.
You got nervous on camera.
Dude, it's a little Lysol.
No, but I really started to embrace it at the end.
yeah, a little Lysol.
Yeah, Lil Lysol.
because you're cleaning up the beats.
Yeah, that's right. I keep it clean on the tracks.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
You heard it.
You cussed.
Yeah, you said you made some racial slurs on
Yeah,
there
dude.
that I wasn't fond
No,
of.
what are you talking
At
about?
one point, I thought you hard
No, I
art.
didn't. Excuse me?
Yeah, that's a little bit aggressive for a guy
Yeah.
going by Lil Lysol.
Yeah.
Check the
And
tapes. It didn't happen.
Be sure to check us out on
I just
Facebook.
kept
I want to
talking
point
about
out
how you were at
again,
my left.
Friday, and actually we'll start with tomorrow. We've got our Third and a Mile Week 3 preview. Turn in, whether you're playing like work pick'em pools, fantasy, or if you just have a gambling addiction. I
Like Timothy.
won a bet that I didn't know I had.
Did you
found
ever
that
figure
out.
that out?
No idea.
Dude, I guaranteed it was like a golf bet or a
Yeah.
NASCAR bet.
But at the end of the day, no, I think it was
He
something
bet
that
on the
pushed.
Indy
I think it
500.
was something that pushed, but I don't know what.
It was the Dolphins-Titans game, dude,
No.
from week 1. It finally finished.
No, I don't know what it was, but it pushed, and we're good. We got our money back for it. We're moving forward. We're heading into week 3.
You know you have a gambling addiction when you don't know where you're making money from.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're making money, you know, so it's not a problem. It's just an addiction. So
Oh, yeah?
tune in for that.
I've got
and,
text from you saying we need to bet more outright.
We do need to bet more outright. I went for my outright
you.
predictions in the game picks for last week. I went 10-5-1. I'll take
Bless you.
that. You know, it's not bad.
No, it's
That
good.
gets you into the playoffs.
That'll get you a
sometimes.
playoffs. That'll get you a wild card
10-5-1,
spot.
Yeah.
and I have that tie in there just to
Yeah.
match like with the pace of the season.
I like it.
And the tie I think was actually the tie obviously was from the tie. That's where I got that
Yeah.
from.
Yeah, dude. That wasn't a draw.
Dumb statement. And then
You gotta
Friday,
come
make sure you
Triple G
tune in.
Canelo fight.
Make sure you tune in for. I heard that was a very
Yeah, it's supposed to-
controversial decision.
I heard it was an amazing
Yeah.
fight.
I heard it was a good fight, but I heard it was
Triple G
real
wants-
sketchy.
Triple G wants an immediate rematch.
Yeah, because I heard
Again.
Triple G won that fight, and
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
a
just
lot
like
of
the
people
first
thought
time?
that,
Just
but
like
he
the
can make
first
more
time,
money
yeah.
off Canelo
Yeah.
because he's younger. I don't know why I know that because like fuck boxing, right? There's
He
too
got
much of it.
Triple G got screwed again.
Yeah.
He did again, but we also tuned in Friday because we do have that interview with Boston Scott. It was funny and insightful to kind of what goes on for guys on that practice squad edge where they're trying to work back into the grand scheme of things. Chris won't be here because he's got to
Bigger
go.
fish to fry.
learn-
No, dude, Lil Lysol's going on tour.
He's got
Yeah.
no. He's got to learn how to ID people, I guess, now that he's promoted, which is a weird thing to have an 8-hour training session for, but he's doing it. We'll still be here tomorrow and Friday because we don't skip days. As
Some
for
people
that,
work for a
you can
living.
find us on Facebook at sports-dorks. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at sportsdorks_. You can find us on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, Facebook, I don't know, probably other things at Sports Dorks Podcast. Be sure to give us 5 stars, leave a little comment, send us an email, whatever you got to do. Subscribe. You can find Nick at Nick Caps on Twitter, Chris at Batted Relic.
At Lil Lysol.
And you can find me at Timothy J. Chura. What else do we have to plug? www.sports-dorks.com.
Check it out.
What else? I feel like I'm missing something. Or am I just super efficient?
No.
It's 10:45. Let's get the fuck out of here,
Yeah.
man. Late.